Good morning. I'm Terry. Welcome to my morning yin class. Today we are going to do swan, dragon, and supported bridge. That's all we're going to do today. We're going to stay in our poses a little bit longer. If you've been following me day by day, your hips should be stretching out a wee bit. If you kind of took note of where your hips were when we started, so we're well over a week now. You should feel just a wee bit different in your hip area. So let's move to our mats. We're going to start in downward facing dog. And that's downward facing dog. If you've been doing yoga, everyone knows what down dog is. So let's raise our right leg up. Bring it down so your knee is on right beside your right elbow or your right wrist. And then stretch out your back leg as far as you can. And if you need a block to rest under your hip or a blanket or your towel, you want to keep your hips level. You don't want to be falling over like that. You can see how my hips aren't level. And again, my hips are super tight, so I need a little block. Now slowly, just lightly, try to bring I'm going to face the camera so you can see, and I'm going to start our timer. So let me show you from this direction. So you want to bring your foot not all the way up. If you can make it parallel to the end of your mat, that's great. But a lot of people will never make it there. So you bring it up just as far as you can that you feel comfortable in leaving it there. And you'll find throughout the stretch, maybe you can move your foot a little bit more or move your block a wee bit. And through the stretch, just kind of use your foot to get you further down into the stretch. Use your left foot just to pull your leg down a bit and look behind you. Make sure that left leg is going straight back. And you don't have to have the block completely under your butt, just so that your hips don't fall over. And you can keep it right there. Now we're a minute into it. And you can stay with your arms just like this. If this is as far as you want to go today, that's fine. If you want to go a bit further, come down on your elbows. Continue your breathing. You know our breathing, 4 in, 8 out with that whisper sound in the back of your throat. If you want to come all the way down, you can rest your head on your arms. You can bring your head right to the mat, or you can use a block to rest your head on, whether it's here, wherever you want to feel comfortable. You stay right here. Now you may feel the stretch in your hip. I always feel it in my shin. I don't know why. I also feel it in my hip, but mostly in my shin. So we're over 2 minutes. Let's do our breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Almost done. 3 seconds left. Good job. Walk yourself out of it. Push yourself back into downward dog. Just walk your dog a bit. That means pedal your legs out. Wiggle your hips. Now bring your left leg up in the air. Exhale, bring your left knee to your left wrist. And now let's stretch it out. You can see me from a different direction here. You see my foot. Maybe I can move it a little bit more, maybe not. Look back, make sure that leg is straight. I'll start the timer. And I need a little block under my hip. Stay here. If you want to stay right here, that's fine. If you want to come onto your elbows, that's good. If you want to bring your head right to the floor, by all means, bring it right down to the floor. Rest on your hands. And you'll find that one leg is different from the other. I don't know why, but my left leg, I can go further into this pose than my right one. Your body is completely different from your neighbor, so never compare yourself in a pose to your neighbor when you're in yoga class. It's your practice for your body. Always remember that. So let's do our breathing. Inhale, 4. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So we're just about halfway through, and my hips relaxed, and now I can feel the shin on my left leg. You just take note of where your stretch is and how it feels today. And each day is different. When you do yoga, you may find that you're as stretchy as it comes, and the next day, for some reason, you're not. Just accept it. Everybody goes through different stages, and whether, who knows, you did something and that's why you're a little bit stiff today. But your yoga practice will always help work it out. So let's do our breathing together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue with your breath. Now you're getting a stretch in your right hip for your hip flexors. In your left hip, you're getting a stretch for external rotation and flexion. You should be able to feel it in your left butt cheek. You probably won't feel that much in your right leg, but you just may. If you're staying up this way, you get more of a stretch in your hip flexor. So where you feel comfortable is where you're going to be. And that is 3 minutes. Good job. All righty. Push back up into down dog. Walk your dog. Shake out those legs. Now let's move into blaster, or you can call it dragon or lizard. Bring your right foot up to the outside of your right hand. Let your right foot go out at about a 45-degree angle. Drop your left knee on the mat. Point your left toe. And here, let your hips fall down. Now you can keep your foot just like this. You can turn it to the outside. You get more of an external rotation. Feel the difference. Decide what you want to do. If you keep your foot straight, feel how that feels in your hip. What we're getting here is extra rotation and extra flexion. Your left leg, you're getting stretch in your hip flexors. So whatever you feel is good, whether you roll your foot onto your baby toe, keep it flat, what feels good for you. Now, you can stay just like this. If you stay like this, you'll continue to get a good hip flexor stretch. You can come down onto your elbows, and if you want your blocks there, in whatever position. You can come down onto your elbows and continue with that stretch. If you don't need your blocks and you can come right down to the ground, then you can do that too. Hold it here. You guys are going to hate me by the end of the day. This is really working your hips today. But our next pose, you'll feel very comfortable. Now remember, Yin Yoga, you want your body to be a wet noodle. The three principles: your body's a wet noodle, your breathing's a 4/8 count, and you want to meet or beat your time from the day before. Now, I don't think we've done blaster for a while, but we have been working your hips, so you may find it a little bit easier to stay in the stretch today. And if you can stay the full 3 minutes, just try to do it. If you can't and you need to come out of the pose, by all means, come out of the pose and go into child's pose and let your body relax. Because today you may be able to hold it for 3 minutes. Tomorrow, you just can't do it, but give it a try. See if you can hold it there. So let's all breathe together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 15 more seconds. Exhale. Good. Okay, let's release. Slowly push yourself back out of that pose. Bring your right leg back. In tabletop, move your hips around. And push up into down dog. Bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Drop your right knee to the mat. Point your right toe. And I better start our timer. Don't want to stay here any longer than we have to. So you can have your foot straight ahead, out to about 45 degrees, whatever feels good for you in that range. You can tip it over onto your baby toe. You can stay here, your arms straight. You can use your blocks. You can put them right on the floor. Whatever feels good for you. I usually like to stay in this pose for the first minute anyway, and letting my hips relax down and getting a good stretch in that hip flexor. And remember, if your arms are down, you want your wrists, elbow, and shoulders all stacked. Because you want your body to be a wet noodle, you don't want to use any muscles. So bone on bone is the best strength that you can get. So let's stay here, go on your elbows, whatever feels good for you. So let's try our breathing together. Inhale. Exhale. Now just see if you can go a wee bit further, dropping onto your elbows, and if you can't, that's fine. Feel your hips. Just think of your hips getting closer and closer to the ground, that good oxygen coming in, breathing out all that tightness in your hips. Hold it here. Let's do our breathing together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Continue with that breath. If you need to adjust your blocks, go ahead. We've got 30 seconds left. Visualize those hips coming closer to the mat. And remember, if you need to put a blanket or a towel underneath your knee because of the pressure point, by all means, go ahead. You need to stay here for the 3 minutes, and to make it more comfortable, and that works, go ahead. It's good. I have my big fat mat and my sticky mat over top, so I'm pretty darn good in this position. That's 3 minutes, gang. Good job. Okay, slowly, 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 slowly. Bring your feet back, your knees back into tabletop. Wiggle your hips around. Whatever feels good for you. Little organic movement. Okay, let's move on to our back. Lying flat on our back. We're going to do supported bridge. So take your block. We're going to put it right between our shoulder blades. So this is the way I like my block. You may want your block this way. Whatever feels good for you today. Now let's lean back. Situate your block in the right place. Take your other block. I use it to support my head. If you don't mind having your head hanging down, and I think today I can hang for a little bit. Let's start our timer. So let your legs just fall out. Let your arms just hang out here. And this usually gets my neck pretty sore, like within a minute I need to put a support under there, like right now. No harm in changing up your blocks. Relax your butt cheeks. Let your shoulders fall back to the floor. Open up your chest. And let's breathe together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue with that breath. With every exhalation, relaxing your back even more. Halfway through. Now bring your arms above your head. You can clasp your hands together and just let them hang out here. Feel that intense stretch in your thoracic spine, opening your chest, and breathe into it. Now slowly let go of your hands. Make your arms cactus arms. And cactus arms are just bent elbows. Slowly bringing your elbows down. Breathing into it. And maybe today your elbows hit the floor. Maybe they don't. Just let them hang out here. Opening that chest. Opening your heart center. Extending your spine. Relax your butt cheeks. Remember, relax your body. Think of your breathing. In for 4, out for 8. In through your nose, out through your mouth, making that whisper sound in the back of your throat. Now roll over onto your side. Remove the block. Come up into a seated position. Good job today, guys. I hope your hips feel very stretched out. Mine do. So that was your yin class for today. I hope you can join me tomorrow. We'll have another 20-minute yin class. Get you stretchy for the day. So you have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.